Yeah. Welcome to the Reefer Rap Podcast Sunday Night Sesh. I'm Smoking Chef and I'm your host with the most. Yeah. Yeah. Smoking Chef here with you. Reefer Rap Sunday Night Sesh. And I'm just chopping it up a bit tonight. Basically, I'm going to sesh on a couple of old school cultivars. I have a cross of Durban Poison and Blue Dream. And at the Move Dispensary, they call this B52 Bomber. So yeah, let's see. Definitely. We got a Durban Poison and the Blue Dream. And basically, let's give her a light. We're gonna sesh real quick. And basically, while we're seshing, I want to bring something up real quick. I want to talk a bit about, a couple of things, but here's the macro shot of the Durban Poison cross with the Blue Dream. And I noticed, a lot of the trichome heads were not intact, although some of them were intact. I was trying to get a certificate of analysis for this product, but Move, if you don't capture it in the store or order it days in advance, a lot of the times you can't get the certificate of analysis from Move. But yeah, this has a nice spicy gas type of taste. Durban Poison mixed with Blue Dream. I taste a little blueberry in there too. So a little fruitiness, a little gas, a little spice. And that's what we're doing this Sunday night. One thing that I wanted to talk about is a lot of times at the dispensary here in Florida, we're a medical state. So when you go to a medical dispensary, a lot of the products are going to be sold two ways. And a couple of those two ways are normally going to be by brand and by THC percentage and by brand. And I think that they're getting away with murder like that. Of course, we said no to Amendment 3, voting to Amendment 3. And so since we actually did not agree to that, we're still just a medical state. So, there's still a prohibition on adult use cannabis. And let me pull something up real quick. All right. Yeah. So basically, basically with a lot of times they sell it the cannabis according to THC percentage in the dispensaries, and I don't think that's fair to the customer. THC isn't the only component of the cannabis plant that's effective for us. It's the whole composition of the plant. But if we're going to shop for THC, then obviously we're looking for a certain type of intoxicating effect. And that's what we'll talk about tonight. We'll talk about intoxicating versus psychoactive. Let me pull up this chart real quick. Well, let me just pull up this paragraph. So intoxicating versus psychoactive. Active. The terms psychoactive and intoxicating are often used interchangeably, but they have distinct meanings, especially when discussing substances like cannabis. All right, so let's go with intoxicating first. Everyone knows what intoxicating is. Intoxicating is consuming something and becoming impaired, being in a state of impairment. Um, so let me just read the definition. Intoxication generally refers to a state of being impaired or losing full control of one's mental and physical abilities, often due to a psychoactive substance. Intoxicating substances tend to produce effects like euphoria, disorientation, or loss of motor control. Alcohol, THC, the main psychoactive compound in cannabis, and some prescription drugs can cause intoxication as they alter both mental and physical faculties in a more pronounced way. And so basically, anything intoxicating is going to be psychoactive, but not all things psychoactive will be intoxicating. If that makes sense to you. Psychoactive is a substance is considered psychoactive if it affects the mind by altering mood, perception, thoughts, or behavior. Psychoactive substances work by interacting with the brain and central nervous system, causing changes in mental states or consciousness. Caffeine, nicotine, cannabis, and some antidepressants are all psychoactive as they impact mental function in some way. Importantly, not all psychoactive substances are intoxicating. So, for example, we have to CBD needs to become psychoactive to be effective in in the normal way for the body, for the endocannabinoid system, to receive the cannabinoids, um, in one way to receive cannabinoids. You can also press fresh cannabis and juice it, and you'll receive canaflavin A and B, which are the most beneficial A and B vitamins. But for those who, if you make it psychoactive, then you can actually activate all of the healing components in the CBD plant. And since CBD only has a content of about zero point 0.3 THC or less, it doesn't really have it doesn't have an intoxicating effect. It has a psychoactive effect that will actually um, enhance or repair um, things in the mind, your mood, your perception, your thoughts, or your behavior, relieve pain, but it won't give you euphoria or disorientation or allow you to become anxious or anything like that. So that's one of the differences now in cannabis. Um, when it's psychoactive, if it's not CBD, that means it's going to be THC, and THC um, does produce an intoxicating effect. The more THC in the plant, the more intoxicating the effect. And usually, the more THC in the plant, the less terpenes are in it. And that is up for study right now. But more terpenes, less THC, more THC, less terpenes. So I like a balance of both, but I definitely want the full composition of the cannabis plant. So THC is produced or increases when the plant receives intense sunlight. So, or intense light. So basically, as the intensity increases, the THC increases, and it's a protective mechanism for the cannabis plant. So, and the THC is psychoactive. and it is also intoxicating. So you may receive effects like euphoria, disorientation, or loss of some of your motor controls. But this is the reality of THC versus CBD. Most people that actually consume the THC plant are looking for that psychoactive effect, that intoxicating psychoactive effect, excuse me. And that's usually why we smoke.